Good evening. Welcome to another edition of How's the Market, Outer Banks. I'm Ken Batinger. I'm your host of the show. This week we're going to talk about a little something Best Buy OBX has been doing up and down the beach here. We're going to talk about aerial photography and the little niche that Dave Lusk here with Airreels has carved out for himself. The format of our interview is 3 quick questions. First question I have for you, what was your inspiration behind getting into aerial photography?
Yeah, Ken, that's kind of a toughie. Obviously I got a lot of inspiration from my brother, Matt Lusk. He's kind of established himself as a premier photographer on the Outer Banks. But as far as the aerial goes, I'm always kind of looking for, just try to figure out the next big thing and the next business adventure that I want to get into. And I started playing with remote control helicopters and mounting small cameras, more of just a hobby. And I started getting some attention from some real estate agents that maybe wanted me to shoot their properties, using my remote control helicopter. So that's when I started to realize that I was on to something and that maybe it could develop into something bigger. However, I started coming across a lot of issues with the remote control helicopter and learning how to fly it and putting expensive photography equipment on it, and it really just started to become a nightmare. So that's kind of when I tried to figure out a new way to get that elevated angle that I was really looking to get, and so that's when I built the platform that I'm shooting from now.
Dave, second question I have for you today. What kind of advantage do you see Airreels giving people that are listing their houses today?
Yeah, Ken, I think you'd agree that it's no secret that the internet is probably the most primary source of people shopping for homes now, particularly here where we have a lot of out-of-state buyers. And there are a lot of houses on the market, and these people have a lot of options to choose from when they're setting up showings, and I think with the elevated photos, they really just stick out from all the other photos. You've got to drive up and shoot your typical photo of a home, and also you have people doing aerial photos from a helicopter, which is great, but it's also very pulled back and it's typically low detail. And I think with the elevated photos, you're getting that unique angle, and you're able to showcase all the amenities of a property into one photo, and it really just gives the potential buyer a good idea of what to expect with the property, and I think that's going to get more showings. Yeah,
that's a great answer. What we've noticed, Pete Salvatore and I with Best Buy OBX, is it makes the pictures just pop. I mean, they are electric, and they stand, like you said, they stand out head over heels over the rest of the photos you see on the blurry things coming out on MLS. Last question I have for you, Dave. Where do you see Airreels going?
Well, I see a couple different options with my business. I'm pretty set where I'm at right now. I've got a lot of leads coming up this year, and I'm doing a lot of real estate photography, but I see the possibility of more subjects, maybe shooting sporting events or weddings, or branching out into just different areas of photography, or just simply extending the range of how far I'll travel with my real estate photography, maybe going to Virginia Beach or Wilmington. But also I've kind of thrown around the idea of actually building these elevated photography platforms for people and selling them, so a few different options.
That's great, Dave. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to working with you some more with when Best Buy OBX and Airreels join forces to tackle the housing market of the Outer Banks. Work hard, play hard, and turn your dreams to reality. I'm your host, Ken Batinger. Thanks again. Remember, Outer Banks, stay golden.